Hey everyone, this is Book for the Painting here, and I have been doing a playlist, obviously, so far, my July TBR. But let's go right into the video. The first book on this list is The Guest List by Lucy Foley. This book is basically about, there's a wedding on an island on the coast of Ireland, and, everything's going well on the wedding and stuff like that, except for a few details and stuff like that. But of course, this is a mystery. There ends up being a murder that happens, and the murder is of somebody who was not super happy about the bride and groom being together. So it's, yeah, so that's basically what the plot is. I've heard mixed things. I know that Books and Lala, who is a great YouTuber, and I will link her profile down below and stuff like that, she talks about it a lot because she really likes mysteries and thrillers and stuff like that. I've heard other people talk about it too. It's an adult read. It looks interesting. I not really heard much about it. I actually wasn't even gonna think about reading it until a person from Goodreads just asked me what I want to read for a buddy read, and they mentioned this book. And so I was just like, you know what, I will try it out and see what it's like. And then I actually asked some of my family members who also love mysteries, and they said that her writing is fantastic. Lucy Foley's writing is fantastic, so I would like to see what it's about and what it's like and everything like that. I've heard some mixed things. One thing I've heard is that there is multiple point of views, and so I'm wondering about that, as well as how the whole mystery is going to come together and like how it's going to work and everything like that. So there's a lot of secrets and stuff like that, which I'm excited about. And I also, my weird brain actually really loves the fact that the murder happens at a wedding, not because I'm a cynic or non-romantic or whatever, because I'm actually a pretty big romantic, but because, I don't know, it just sounds interesting. It's just like, what can go the most wrong at a wedding? And that probably is a murder. So that's my thoughts on it so far. So I haven't read it yet. I'm gonna start reading it soon, actually, just like most of the other ones, and so we will see. The book on this list is Two Can Keep a Secret by Karen M. McManus. This is one of the few books I actually have in print, so that's the reason why I'm showing it up here. This is about a town where a teenage girl who goes back to her mother's childhood town, where there's like a whole bunch of secrets and stuff like that, because there was a years back, which was about 17 years old or something like that, her aunt was going missing, and then 5 years ago there was a murder happened by the homecoming queen, and so now she is there because she has to live with her grandmother there, and she kind of finds out that a whole bunch of people are having a whole bunch of secrets in this town, and she has to kind of figure out what her secrets are and stuff like that. As well as during the time when she was there at the homecoming, there is supposed to be something else happen to another 17-18-year-olds, and so it's about learning about that, as well as learning about the other two cases as well. So I'm interested in this book because Karen M. McManus is very good at doing secret books about, secrets and stuff like that, because actually you probably already know her because of another book of hers, which is One of Us is Lying by Karen M. McManus. Another book I have, because I have a whole bunch of Karen M. McManus, because I think I got this book and the second book first, and then I started getting other Karen and McManus books, but I've not actually read this, but it's apparently like murder mystery breakfast club, I guess. There is a bunch of different students from a bunch of different like popularity statuses and stuff like that. It's very much like the concept of Breakfast Club, but one of them, so that they all show up for detention for different reasons, and one of them ends up dying, and it's about them finding out who did it, as well as figuring out about the secrets that they all hold and stuff like that, which actually the person who was killed knows their secrets, and so it's all crazy and stuff like that. I'm really interested in this book, actually, but I just haven't picked it up yet, and I'm not really sure if I want to. We'll see. I'm feeling kind of hesitant because of the Breakfast Club type thing. Murder mystery plus Breakfast Club, I don't know. We will see. But the book that I have read by this author, and I love, absolutely love, maybe I will pick up this one, is The Cousins by Karen M. McManus. Now this book is about family secrets, basically. This book is about a family. So I kind of said every family has secrets. Story Family has more than most. In 1997, 4 siblings, and Adam, Anders, Allison, and Archer, get told they are disinherited by their mother, with an added note saying, "You know what you did." Now, 24 years later, in 2021, 3 cousins, Jonah Story, son of Anders, Aubrey Story, daughter of Adam, and Millie Takahashi Story, daughter of Allison, get mailed this job offer at the remote resort that their strange grandmother owns on the coast of Cape Cod, Massachusetts. After being pushed by their parents, they decide to take the job to find out that their grandmother isn't there. Now they're stuck in this job, not really knowing each other or anyone else there, and they start finding out the secrets and lies hidden within the island and their family. This book actually is really interesting because it has 2 points of view. So there are like 4 different points of view technically. There's the first point of view of each of the cousins. So there is one by Millie. There is they kind of switch off between them. There is by Aubrey, Jonah, and then there is let's see, where is it? Sorry, I want to show you guys. And then Aubrey. You can read that, Aubrey. But there is also in between them, there are chapters with the point of view of what happened in 1997, which is, sorry, I'm trying to figure out where the points of view are that, oh yeah, so instead of doing, the actual point of views, it just says, Allison, age 18, who is the mother of the daughter Millie, and then it has a date. It's kind of like letters, almost her doing letters of what happened during that summer, which was the summer before all 3 siblings got cut off. And so it's talking about that, and it kind of is a whole interesting concept. Because remember how before I mentioned that there's a 4th sibling, which was named Archer, who never had children or anything like that. He actually went missing. It's kind of all crazy. But this book is definitely a book that I would recommend, actually even more than anything else. But so anyways, this is probably the reason why I picked up the Two Can Keep a Secret book, because I just thought I really love the cousins, so I really hopefully love Two Can Keep a Secret. The third and final book on this list is Pride and Premeditation by Tirzah. So this book is basically if Pride and Prejudice was made into a murder mystery, basically. So Elizabeth Bennet. So if you don't know what Pride and Prejudice is about, Pride and Prejudice is basically kind of a opposites attract romance between Elizabeth Bennet and Mr. Darcy, and they kind of have this, like, Mr. Darcy seems very strict and has a lot of pride, and kind of judges Elizabeth Bennet, and Bennet kind of judges also Mr. Darcy and thinks he's a little bit too stuck up and stuff like that. But they have this kind of will they won't they romance and stuff like that, and actually Jane Austen had it as one of her, like, one of the best Jane Austen stories for a long time. She actually kind of almost called it her baby, basically. But anyways, this is kind of, Tirzah kind of takes that book and changes it quite a bit and makes it so that there's a murder mystery involved. So in the Pride and Prejudice, there is a character named Mr. Bingley, who who is actually the love interest of the older sister of Elizabeth Bennet, and complication in Pride and Prejudice. But in this book, he actually murdered his brother-in-law, and Elizabeth Bennet is a want-to-be barrister, or solicitor / lawyer of her father's law office. But because of the views on being a lawyer and stuff like that, she has to kind of go about it in her own way. And it gets kind of confusing, I guess, a little bit. Because honestly, I started this book just a few days ago, and I loved it. I've started loving it so far. But the problem is that I'm not really sure if it's historical or not. Because it gives the vibes of historical, but also gives the vibes of non-historical. So I think it's historical, but I'm not sure when it is dated in the setting. So yes, but I really enjoy it, especially since I love Elizabeth Bennet. I love her as a character. She always has, she has a really feminist way of thinking, when at a time when, during the time of Jane Austen, obviously, there was just so much misogyny in the world, and Elizabeth Bennet is such a feminist kind of character for a time when feminism wasn't real or really ever done. But that's why I love her so much. And so I like this retelling about how the fact that she is a lawyer now and wants to take this feminist route to the society, even if there's not really ever a solicitor who are women. Because she even says at the beginning of the book that she thinks that her father wishes that she was born a man so that he could take her on, because she's really smart and she's really really wanting to do these cases as well, and try and figure out the murders and stuff like that. But because she's a woman and because of other things, she can't really be. They're supposed to be women are supposed to be in the drawing room. They're supposed to be do sewing and stuff like that, as well as they are supposed to, you know, have the whole typical get married and have a family and all that kind of stuff. And so I like how her view on things is so different. I said at the beginning that there might be a 4th book on this list, and there possibly will, which is the 2nd book in this series of Jane Austen murder mystery type series by Tirzah Price. And the 2nd book is called Sense and Second Degree Murder, I think it's called. And so yeah, again, like I said, it's a retelling of murder mystery retelling of Sense and Sensibility. It's about two daughters who are trying to figure out the murder of their father and all of that. So I'm really enjoying it. I'm really hoping I'm enjoying it because I really like this book, so we will see. But thank you guys again for coming on this video and liking and commenting and subscribing, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.